Welcome to Becoming a Cook. I'm Charlie Wetzel. Today I want to teach you how to clean a pork tenderloin. Pork tenderloin is a wonderful piece of meat. You look at the price of it, and this one was $6.49 per pound, and you go, oh, that's a little bit expensive. But you lose almost nothing on a pork tenderloin. You buy a T-bone steak, it's got a big bone in it. You buy a chicken, it's got bones in it. This is almost pure meat once you trim it, and the trimmings are very, very light. Once you trim it and get it ready, you can roast it, you can cut it into medallions, you can pound it out as a substitute for veal, like a veal cutlet. It's really, really tender, it's got lots of flavor, and it's a wonderful piece of meat. So I'm going to take this out of the package and then show you how to trim it. Okay, so I've taken these out of the package, and this is how they're usually together. And what's normal is for them to package two together. If you see a package where they've pre-seasoned it, it's usually a single one of these, but they typically sell them in packs of two. As I mentioned, this one was $6.49 a pound, but the truth is my wife got this on buy one, get one. So it was really inexpensive. And you can find this on sale for $5.90 a pound, $4.99 a pound. It's really a good value, even though the price per pound seems a little bit high. I can feed 4 people with this, and it was about $7.50 to buy this. So you're looking at less than $2 per portion for meat, which is really quite economical. The important thing about these is you want to trim what's called silver skin, which is this. It's a sheath or membrane that covers the muscle, and if you don't remove this, it's really tough. This is a skill that's going to be valuable to you if you ever buy a whole beef tenderloin or filet. It's the same cut, just from a different animal. This is from pork, and then the filet is from a cow, but it's the same thing. It's this tenderloin here. So some of this is not very fibrous. There's a little bit of fiber. You can see that here. I just want to take my knife and slide it under that tissue. And then once I've got a little piece of it separated, I just want to give it a little pull. And I'm just taking that off. So I'm going to work my way around this. This is the part that's really, really tough. See this shiny? That's why they call it silver skin. So I just want to get my knife under here, and I want to try to take as little meat as I can. I'm sliding it under here. I took a little more meat than I wanted to there, but it's still not a lot. And I'm just sawing with my knife as I work. So, knife under, cut, grab this, and then just run the knife this little piece was attached there. Sometimes it's got this little portion here. I'm going to cut off that. And there's probably one more section that could use a little bit of trimming on this one. If you miss any spots like this that I missed, you just got to get your knife under there and take that off as well. Obviously, keep your hands safe as you work. There's a little bit of ragged fat there. This is mostly fat. You don't need to take that off unless it's got membrane, which this does. Fat's a good thing on meat because it keeps it moist. So this one, there's a little piece here. Sometimes this has a little bit of a tough strand in it. So there's one done. And now I'll do this one. So this piece right here is, I don't know if that's a tendon or something, but I'm going to go ahead and put my knife under there. And again, this is a little bit thicker than the silver skin, but it's still a tough piece that I want to remove. Now I'm going to come around to this side. You can see the silver skin really well here. Right there. You can see that really tough membrane. So you can't get this all in one shot because of the curve of the tenderloin. So you have to take it off in strips. And you notice I'm always with the knife working away from myself. I'm working away from my body here. And then once I have this, my hand's above and I'm working across this way, but the knife's not coming back towards my body. It's coming out. It's actually under my elbow because my arm is up. A little more silver skin. This area here, sometimes there's some stuff in there, so you have to be careful with that. I try not to cut that off the way I did with this one. So I'm going to here, and then I'm actually going to work my way back the other direction. That's mostly fat. Take off the excess there. And then I want to check back on this side. That looks like that's only fat as well. There's a little glob there. I'm just going to make a little V cut there, and that's it for that. So that's how you trim a pork tenderloin. From here, you can roast it whole. You can cut it into medallions. You can pound it out. I'll show you that in another video, and I'll show you how to cook this. Roasting this is the simplest thing, and I'll show you that. Click that video if you want to see that.